Okay, so we just finished up example 3, so we're going to go on to example 4. And if you guys are following along, I'm on page 237. Okay, so in example 4, they want us to compare 1.232 compared to 1.23185. Okay, so we see that both of these numbers have 1.23 in them. Okay, and then, so to figure out which one is bigger, we need to make sure that we put all of our zeros. We need to make this number as long as this one. Okay, so since there's nothing behind this one, we have to put in zeros. So it's going to look like this. We're going to have 1.232 0 compared to 1.23185. Okay, so since this number has zeros at the end, and then this one still goes on out into your 10,000ths and then your 100,000ths, so which one do you think is going to be bigger? Okay, it is going to be the one with the zeros. Okay, since this has bigger numbers, 0 is smaller, so that means that the number is going to be bigger because this one continues on and keeps going. So for example 4, 1.232 is greater than 1.23185. Okay, now we're going to go on to example 5. And example 5 says round 3.14159 to the nearest hundredths. Okay, so your hundredths place is going to be where your 4 is. So we have 3.14159. Okay, so my hundredths place is here. So that means we have to look at this 1. So since 1 is less than 5, that means that we're going to keep our 4 the same. Okay, so our new number, if we're going to round to the hundredths place, is going to be 3.14. Okay, and you do not have to continue to put the zeros on because all these blank spaces actually mean 0. So the only number you have to have out to is the one that you're rounding to, and that is your 4, which is in your hundredths place. Okay, now we'll just do a couple more because I know you guys are just itching to get your homework. So we're going to do on to example 6. So example 6 says it is 4,396.4315. Okay, and it says to round to the nearest hundreds place. Okay, so here we have ones, tens, and hundreds. Okay, since we were looking at our hundreds place is a 3, we have to look back at this 9. So 9 is, of course, bigger than 5. So that means that we're going to take this 3 up to the next place. Okay, so our answer is going to be, if we have to round the 3, we're going to round it up to a 4. So our final answer is going to be 4,400. Okay, and then once again, you don't have to put all of these decimal, you don't have to put the decimal point because we know that 0.000 is the same thing as 4,400. Okay, so if the number behind it is less than 5, you keep this number the same. And if it is bigger than 5, that means that we are going to round up. Okay, so we're going to skip example 7 and go right on to example 8. So example 8 says, estimate the product of 12.21 and 4.9 by rounding each number to the nearest whole number by multiplying. Okay, so we have 12.21, and product always means multiply. Okay, so we're going to multiply 12.21 times 4.9, but we have to round these to the nearest whole number. Okay, so if we get here, our nearest whole number is going to be 2, and our nearest whole number here is 4. Okay, so let's look at the 4. Since we're going to go 9 is bigger than 5, that means we're going to round our 4 up to, that was backwards, sorry, to a 5. Okay, and then we also need to look at the 12. Okay, so the 2 is smaller than 5, so it's going to be 12.